I just got in from my ride, and really I wanted to talk about these tyres while they were still in my mind. And it is the Pirelli Cinturato Gravel M. And what can I say? Well, to me, they're great tyres. Great job, Pirelli. And by the way, I'm not affiliated to Pirelli at all. I don't get paid anything to say this, but just look at this as in the video here, where I'm crossing on the center of the gravel track here into the deep gravel, and like there's so much grip, and they just float across the gravel. And I know this is a term that's often overused, but they are confidence inspiring, these tires. The M, I don't know about the H, but the M, the Gravel M, wow. They're so comfortable as well. I found them comfortable. When I first went out, I had them at 30 psi, and I found that a bit hard. I dropped them down to around 25, maybe a little bit higher than that, but they were really comfortable then. And I just found them fast. They just smash the gravel. You can just smash through it easily. Like I say, they're just floating over it, and even on the road they were fast as well. And I really the only things I could say is that if you got a gravel bike, you need to get some of these tires. And this is not sensationalism or anything like that, or me being paid by any company to say this, but that's what I would tell anybody who owns a gravel bike. And if you look at this gravel, it's really deep as well. And look, I'm just holding on with one hand, the other hand I'm filming. It is unbelievable, and I couldn't believe it when I was actually riding with them. 550 grams it says, and online 570. So let's see what the reality is, shall we, of these tires. But before I weigh them, these tires, in fairness, are a durable tire. You know, and they have like puncture protection from bead to bead, they say. So they are going to be heavy, and I was expecting that. My mountain bike tires didn't have that kind of sidewall protection, and so that's why they were lighter, I'm sure. And this tread, I must say, just taking them out of the packaging, feels really soft and sticky, you know, and you can imagine that you're going to get great grip from these tires, no matter what surface you're on. And as I said, in Korea, we got snow coming soon, so I think they do a good job in the snow as well. So anyway, let's have a look at the weights for them. Okay, 0. And I have checked the scales, because I was wondering if, because I weighed these already, and I was wondering, is the scales wrong? So let's see what it says. So that one, 604, and that's what I got earlier. And I weighed some things which I knew the exact weights of on the scales. And yeah, the scales are not wrong. So that's 604 for the one. Let me get the other one. And this is the other one. And this one is, let's have a look. Yeah, and I had the same weight for that as well, 619. So it's you know, if you look at the packaging at 550, that's a lot of extra weight, you know, that they're not telling you about. And even if you're looking at 570, that's still like almost 50 grams, isn't it, in difference there? So that's a lot of difference just for the tire. But anyway, I wanted to show you as I mount them as well, and see how difficult that is, or how easy it is, because I've heard online that is very difficult as well, mounting these tires. And I don't have any pump, like a floor pump with any kind of air chamber, and so I'm going to be, like I always do, just using my, you know, my floor pump, and that's it. And let's see how we get on with that. Let's go to that anyway. As you can see, this is the old sealant from the tires that were on these wheels before, the Schwalbe 40mm all-rounds. And actually, those tyres were a little bit disappointing. They didn't even come up to 40 mil, and the internal width of these wheels is 25 mil. So I was expecting them to be wider than 40, but according to my calipers, they only came up to 38.5. So that was disappointing to me. Anyway, back to these tyres. They seated really well. This tyre has already been seated, and as you'll probably know if you're experienced with tubeless tyres, I've taken one of the beads off just so that I can put the sealant in. And you will see when I pump it up again that actually it goes up no problem. And so I have to question people when they say that these tires are hard to seat, because I haven't experienced that whatsoever. I don't own a pump with an air chamber in it, and so I've just used a track pump, and they went up no problem. Even people like Bike Radar were saying that it was a hard tire, or that was one of the downsides to it, that it was a hard tire to seat. Well, no, I disagree with that. It's obviously got to be to do with the wheels that they were using in combination with the tires. That's the only thing I can think. So yeah, as you can see here, when I pump it up, no problems at all. So my overall view of these tires is that they've been great. Yeah, I've only done one ride of about 50 kilometers, but most of that, or a lot of that, was on gravel. And so I've got nothing bad to say about them. From setting them up to riding them, yeah, great. And I would highly recommend them. And so if you have a gravel bike, guys, and you are looking for tires, these are a mixed terrain tire, but I found, like I told you, that they run so smoothly and so fast on the road. I didn't notice anything, any extra rolling resistance there. Anything negative anyway. So yeah, a thumbs up from me, and good job to Pirelli in my opinion. And I thought I would be quite, I'm quite cynical of companies, and I was expecting to hate these tires, but yeah, good job Pirelli. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed all of this, and I do appreciate everybody watching and giving likes, and I know that recently I've had more subscribers, and thank you for that. Thank you for everything, and I will talk to you again in the future. So it's a Friday here in Korea, and just have a great weekend. That's all I can say. Bye for now.